But we are back. We never left, to be honest with you. Earl Skakel in the house. Just dealing with some technical difficulties, guys. I humbly apologize. But here we are. Earl Skakel in the house. We are back. Back in the New York groove. Sorry that everything is so confusing. That was, I believe, the girl from that show Vegas. Molly something. I met her at the premiere. Very cool. Very nice and cool. Molly Sims, I believe, was her name. And yeah, very nice. Yes. This is, oh, thank you, Sasha. Or XXXXX. I mean, I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, but, you know, sorry about having to pop over from the iMac. For some reason, the iMac stream, I don't know, it wasn't working. So I don't do the sauna anymore at my gym, unfortunately. Just too many. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, SC. You know, I'm just trying to jam out as much content as humanly possible, and you know, it ain't easy sometimes. That's a fact, Jack. But you know, I'm doing my best. Are you a Democrat? Well, that's a little personal. Martin, I'm going to guess you're poor with talk like that. And that's fine. It's all good. Thank you, Hugo. I appreciate that. And thank you, Mad Song Girl. Sounds like he doesn't give a shit yet. Hey, what up? What up? What up? The world needs digital. Is that the Franklin Ajayi's line from Convoy? Earl, did you see my super chat earlier? Never say die. Iron Eagle. Did you send me? I didn't. I didn't get a super chat from you. To be honest with you, but a shout out. As you can see, yeah, $0, Dick Fizz. You might have sent it to somebody else. Rest in peace, Marcy Free, aka Mark Free from the band King Cobra. You know, Mark Free was really my first introduction, I guess you'd say, to the trans, whatever, the trans world or whatnot. UFC's in Saudi Arabia, boy. Saudi Arabia. Oh shit, we got Jim from PCL in the house. I did not get it, Dick Fitzwell. As you can see, right now I have 0-0. Interesting. Oh, that's see, that's how out of it I am. I used to be a huge heavyweight UFC guy. I mean, Danish and O'Neill would come over all the time, and we would watch UFC. And I didn't even know who the UFC champion is. Jeff Hunter, $5. Oh shit! Here comes the PCL raid, baby. Not even saying anything, just $5. I got the money, honey. Yes, thank you very much. This is a cool stream. Hello from Alabama. Well, I've had a rocky relationship with the state of Alabama, but you know, it's all good. I got no beef with people from Alabama. Well, maybe one person, but that's another. I guess you could say her mom too. But oh, interesting. Yeah, I love that song. What's it called? Never Say Die. Never say die. Iron Eagle. Never look back. Never say die. A great video with Academy Award winner Louis Gossett Jr. Let's find Earl a girl. Cause I'm just the Earl you're looking for. 6'1", 200 pounds, 9.5 inches. Do 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 do. He moves parks and benches. I don't know. Just fucking around. That is a very deep cut line from the movie. See, I like Never Say Die by Iron Eagle better. I mean, I know I'm not saying King Cobra is Black Sabbath. They aren't. But no, I mean, I'm cool with Alabama. I used to, well, many people know, and maybe a few of you don't give a shit too, to be honest with you. I used to date a girl from Decatur, Alabama. And hold on, I'm getting a message from someone in the Dabbleverse. So when I get messages from people in the Dabbleverse, it's full Dabbleverse. Hold on here. Internet was wonky. No new updates. Earl, I want to. We don't do that kind of humor in here, Gloria. I tell you what. Well, you guys know what I do for fans that I feel might not be a good fit for my stream. What I do. Nobody Likes Onions is live right now. You're definitely more their speed than mine, to be frank. No offense. Who else is live right now? We have Nudie's Honky Tonk. That seems like it'd be up your speed as well. to be honest with you. Not a lot of people in the Dabbleverse right now streaming. BYB is live right now. So I would go to BYB or Melton. Immersion Tukey, or Tukey, yes. Um, Mersh is live right now. 209 people watching. I mean, BYB. We got John is watching with 2,000 people watching. What the fuck? Thank God for the PCL bump. I'll tell you that much right now. We've got an animated version of the World Series going on right now. This is wild, man. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I tell you what. That's what I'm gonna. That's a good idea, CBID. I want you all go to Brian Callen's YouTube channel and watch his special. I'm one of the greats in our game. Let me see, my TV just randomly turned on, so here we go. Sorry about. Sometimes my TV just randomly turns on, and there's my buddy Carl Grunstrom playing right now. Let's see, here's my cartoon I'm on, the jelly, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a... That's me, Berry Jelly, right there. And there's my wife. There's my daughter. And my son. There's my Artur's Kaliev game-worn hockey, or game-used hockey stick. And there's a Ric Flair doll. There's an autographed Chewbacca picture. Here is my good friend Tal Wilkenfeld, one of the best bass players in the world. Tal Wilkenfeld. And there's a berry jelly frisbee. So here we go. We got it's very dark in my house right now. There's the Earl sign. Here's what you guys don't see: a Vince Neil tour poster, a Jack Lambert picture. I'm not fucking around anymore. So Earl Skakel in the house. Yes, Tal played with Jeff Beck. Let me turn the lights on and show you that stuff again. Tal is a dear friend of mine. And funny, I'll show you the autograph. If you notice, she says to Earl, because Tal's accent is so thick that she could never say my name, Earl. It comes off sounding like, There's me with Lemmy. There's me as a blonde. Triple H, the wrestler. And Lemmy Kilmister. Let me see here. What else is cool that I have here? Here's an autographed DVD of North Shore from the actor John Philbin, who was Turtle. He was also in Point Break. And he says, to Earl, let's rob a bank, John Philbin. I've got some cool things. Look at me in that fucking outfit. I'm a fucking keeper. Here's my ex-dog, Annie. Well, who's that? I'm alive and well. Where am I? Skakel in the house. Look, there's Bruce Kulick, who is also... Oh, well, these two guys were at Jordan's wedding. Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick in the house. Thank you very much. And, I'll do an upstairs tour when the numbers are better. I mean, the numbers are good now, but to EA Sports, it's in the game. For an upstairs tour, I need more people in here. I'm giving you guys a glimpse into my private life. So, yeah, Annie was the best. Um, so yeah, a house tour, I need like 300 people in here. It's just it's the right thing to do. If you had one wish, what would you do? Why is it to bang Tall and Lenny at the same time? I definitely wouldn't want to bang Lemmy. I'll tell you that much. No, Bruce and I are cool now. I don't. Um, what you said? Did I say that, Kip? Well, let's see. I'm not feeling it right now, Kip. I'm not feeling it. But I came close the other night, to be honest with you. I'm not really a numbers guy, but I think when I think I get about a third retention of PCL. So, do you still want to move out of the Piazza district? I kind of do, to be honest with you. Bruce was cool, we had a bit of a falling out, but even he had, in his own way, kind of said, "Hey, I knew it was your ex's problem, not yours." So, it's all good. I mean, I like Bruce. Like, Bruce is a great guy, and an amazing guitar player. Probably the best guitar player that's ever been in Kiss. I mean, he could really do anything. So, you know, I just, it's unfortunate. It's silly that no, Lois didn't die. Annie died. Lois is still. Believe me, you will know when Lois passes away. Um, I mean, I will. Um, I will be sad when Lois goes. But Gail just texted me that she's doing well, and I come slap this whole chat. Wait, what? Yeah, we don't do the gay stuff in here. Super neat name. So I'm gonna send you. Let me see. I'm gonna send you to Mersh's stream. You see more his speed than mine, to be honest with you. Yeah, ACDC's not fucking around. Like, ACDC is he's my assassin. I mean, all the other mods, Kip Smith, Gina Babina, Leo Gunn, they'll let you guys have a certain length of rope, not ACDC. Um, and welcome, Jeff Hunter. Thank you for the super chat very much. Um, well, I don't know what Tomb Watch means, but we don't do the gay stuff in here. So you're going to have to go. I'm going to send you to Melton's stream. He seems to be more up on the gay talk than I am. So, and I can't do this stream without see, Kip Smith's not fucking around. Like, you want to go watch Mersh and tell him I sent you, just so I get a little bump. Maybe Mersh goes, "Hey, let's send people Earl's way." Probably not. Well, that's allowed, Sizzle Chest. That's allowed. So let's get the red filter back on. Oh, if you guys only knew what video the red filter was from, you'd have a meltdown. But I don't know who Gary Biscayne is. Gino Bisconte? SCVID show is the man. Yeah, 100%. Porch swing tunes. Yeah, I mean, well, everyone's welcome. We accept all people in the Earlverse. We only do like an hour stream. Yeah, I bet he was Sizzle Chest. I bet he was. But Hollywood collapsing, the Malibu and Palisades fires definitely seems uncertain for LA. That would make me consider moving. I mean, that was unprecedented what happened. Still doesn't seem real, to be honest with you. I mean, when you look at just the devastation, I mean, there was one area of the Palisades where literally 500 homes, and I'm talking mansions gone. It looked like, I mean, I don't even know what it looked like. It's just unbelievable. I knew a comic whose parents lost everything. I mean, literally, they sent me a picture of the chimney. That was the only thing that survived. So why don't they make the whole house out of the chimney? Hey, I'll do a little humor there for you guys. So I mean, the thing with me moving out of my house is I have a great condo. I mean, it's close to 1,600 square feet. You're not going to get that anywhere around this area. 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath, vintage floors. I mean, people would squirt all over themselves to get these vintage floors. They're a little dirty because of Lois, but like they look pretty fucking dope when they're clean. Central to Hollywood. I mean, ideally, the person who would buy this condo is either an agent or a manager who want to put their clients from New York or out of town here while they're filming something here. I mean, I almost rented to that situation once because I could get $5,000 to $6,000 a month in rent. But that one was like a short term, like, hey, will you rent for 4 months? And I was like, well, where am I going to live? You can't really get a place out here for 3 or 4 months. But, I mean, yeah, but you're talking about homes. I can't afford a home in the Palisades. Well, I mean, the crime in the area is definitely on an uptick. But to get into this building is pretty tough. I mean, I left my keys out, and this is before we had the electronic system. So now I have a PIN code, and if I forgot my keys or something, I could just use my PIN code. But before, it was just a regular lock and key system, and I had to climb over the front gate. And it doesn't look that hard. Like, you guys probably look at it, and it's not that difficult, but wow, it was tough. I had to angle myself against another person's patio wall, jump up onto the top of the gate. There's a little area, maybe 3x5, that I could land on, and then jump down, which is a substantial jump, especially with someone with a torn ACL. It's not something I really want to be doing. But, so it's pretty secure, but I think, well, the PCL people don't know this, that a couple weeks ago, for like a week, there was like these 5 boxes outside my door because I'm right across from the mailbox. So me and my neighbor, who I know is in the Mossad, I just know it. I can just tell. Like, they go on these weird trips. They don't really tell me where they go, and then they just pop up at my door. They were like, well, I'm going to open up the first box because these packages had been there for 5 days. They were addressed to no one who lives in the building but this address. So they open up the first package, and it's a bunch of weed, like packed airtight. I mean, you could not smell it. And I've got a great nose for marijuana. And so I'm going to guess there was anywhere from 50 to 100 grand worth of weed in these boxes, if all the other boxes were of that weed. Level up Mike. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, what can I do? I mean, I can't try any harder than I have on Gutfeld. So, like, what I would have done is, let's just say I know some people who could have helped us unload this merchandise, and we all could have paid for the next assessment and then some. That's what I would have done. And then someone, of course, well, let's call the cops. So the cops took all the weed away. But my thing is, whoever was supposed to pick up that weed, they're going to come back for that weed. And my unit is right outside. So, how many My Name is Earl t-shirts do you own? 0, Sizzle Chest. 0. I mean, let's just say I know some people who could have moved the product. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Tyrus isn't a comic, so it's like, you put him. It's not surprising that he didn't do well with Florentine on. I mean, Florentine's going to smash. So, it's like if me and Florentine tried to wrestle, Tyrus would kill us. So, yes, my profile picture is shirtless. I drank a fair amount of water today. I mean, Florentine, I've never seen him have a bad set, or I've never seen him not be funny. Even when he did my podcast and we're on the couch, he was funny. I don't know. Someone told me DePaulo writes for Gutfeld. Um, so, well, I mean, it's true though. Like, whoever was supposed to pick up that weed got in trouble. And I've heard of that before, where thieves or whatever you want to call them, you just deliver weed to like an address. You put a fake name. What the fuck? Is that another gambling? Am I getting another gambling fucking story? And you just a couple days later, you go to that address and you just pick up the weed. But like I said, this building's pretty hard to sneak into. And weirdly enough, the day after we gave the weed to the cops, a phony Amazon driver came around, somehow got into the building, and was, I think, looking for the weed. So I'm pretty sure that. Oh, I'm sure he does sell out. You get those fucking wrestling fans. I mean, they don't care if he's funny or not. It's like Piper wasn't the funniest guy, but like he would sell. Piper could have done theaters if he would have lived. I think that's where he was headed. But he also didn't want to travel that much anymore. He had had enough of the plane rides all over the world. He'd done that 100 times over. So that's the great thing about podcasts and streaming. I mean, look at Kevin Brennan. He doesn't have to travel to do comedy. I mean, I'm in my mid 50s. He's in his mid 60s or close to it. He can make as much money from his living room as he can traveling to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. Who the hell would want to get on a plane these days? 2 hours there, 2 hours here. It's just a wreck. So yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was meant for a guy who works in a dispensary or something. Maybe the other bags were blow. But I will say the way they packed it, not an inch of smell was coming from this bag. I mean, it was probably like this much weed condensed like that. I mean, it was air. They must have taken all the air out of it or something. I mean, it was impressive. I'll tell you that much. Um, I mean, I've watched Jimmy a few times. I mean, I don't judge someone off of one or two times, but he didn't make me laugh. But I'm also not, I don't laugh in general. So, um, yeah, vacuum seal it. That's what I was trying to think of the word. I mean, it was definitely vacuum sealed. So, and this was the smallest box we opened. So I would say, and the biggest box was the bottom box. That was a significant size. So, I mean, my friend used to be a commercial grower, and he had 3 homes in the Hollywood Hills, and the setup was amazing. One home he lived in, the other 2 were grow houses, and I mean, no one would have guessed there were 2 grow houses. I'm talking in the middle of the Hollywood Hills. I mean, his uh, setup was impressive. Interesting. Well, I mean, the thing is with this Amazon guy was you could tell it was a fake Amazon hoodie or vest or whatever, because we do have a great camera system in this complex. It's all high def, um, so we're pretty sure that. But he hasn't been back yet. But it doesn't make me feel good that it was right outside my door. Um, uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, Yeah, I mean I mean it's like in this building, if thieves want in, they're going to get in. Like our garage is pretty hard to get into, but we fixed the solution. But on what would that be, the west end of the garage, which of course is where my car is. When it used to be cold, if you knew this, you could jam the door open. You could just go like that because it's an old building. It's a wood building, so um, it expands, and so does the lock mechanism expand, so you could jam it open. So I don't know what that means, radioactive. The Newport did get in. That's a fact, Jack. And the scary thing is he was trying to get into the building. So it's like, what would he have done if he got into the building? But, I feel pretty confident with my neighbor next to me. Let's put it that way, because they would have no problem shooting this person. No problem. Well, that's the crazy thing, aviation, is that you could. I mean, I put the plastic bag right up to my nose, and you could not smell it. Like you couldn't even. Like it smelled like nothing. So, uh, why Rogan's last 3 episodes? I don't know. I don't watch the show. So, do you think more NBA players will get arrested for gambling? Yeah, I mean these are just the ones who got caught. So I mean, if you think Chauncey Phillips and Rozier are the only people in the NBA gambling, and they're going to turn, they're going to turn. So, um, well, I mean, our building is now it's electronically based, so you have to. I mean, I guess you could have a device where you could short the door open. I mean, that might take a while. And I know before we remedied the situation that before, if you had skinny hands, you could put your hand through it's like jail cell type bars and like finger the lock open. But now they put a thing around the locking mechanism where you can't do that. But, like I said, if thieves want in, they want in. I mean, I can't believe the garage hasn't been broken into more. There's some really nice cars down there. There's Porsches, two Porsches, bunch of BMWs, but knock on wood. Canadians have too much white guilt to arrest Evander Kane for gambling. Well, I mean, with Evander Kane, it's like, did he bet on teams to lose? I mean, that's really the only problem. It's similar to Pete Rose, but, um, the thing with I went over this example the other night. I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, but because I don't think he bet on the Reds to lose ever. But what happens was, say the Reds are winning 2-1, it's 9 or 10 inning game, and you leave their best pitcher, who at that time when Pete Rose was managing was a left-hander named Tom Browning. He's a great, great pitcher, and you leave him in a little extra, and you win the game. But the next outing, he's got dead arm, and he gets lit up. Now, did Pete Rose bet on him to lose that particular game? No, he probably bet on him to win that game because it's Tom Browning. But because he left him in an extra inning or two in the previous game, so it's tough. I mean, but baseball is probably the most cheated upon sport in the history of the game. Yeah, 100%. Well, that's Michael Jordan. I mean, Chauncey Phillips is not Michael Jordan or Rozier. You got corked balls, corked bats. That whole Houston Astros cheating. The signals. I'm sure you got people in the crowd giving you signals. Hey, I think the pitcher just went for a fastball. There's all kinds of signals to the batter. What's coming next? I mean, football, they cheat. Hockey, they cheat. I mean, they cheat in every sport. So it's like, if you're going to say Pete Rose can't get in, but Don Sutton can stay in when he doctored baseballs, or Gaylord Perry spitballs, um, I don't know. I think everyone should get in, to be honest with you, if their numbers are good enough. I mean, baseball themselves juice the balls in the dead ball era to get more home runs. So, like, you know, um, I do know who Steve Cohen is. Um, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never really been a gambler. Yeah, I mean, my thing with Lance Armstrong is, do you think he was the only one cheating? And it's the only one who got caught. So, I knew one guy in the NHL who was juicing big time, and he was a fighter. He was a tough guy. So was he cheating? Probably. I think in baseball with the steroid issue was they weren't illegal at the time. at the time they weren't. So, I think McGuire and Sosa should be in, um, and Palmero and whoever else was caught up in that shit. But it's a very divisive subject. I mean, Pete Rose, was he a scumbag? Yeah, he probably was. But Ty Cobb was a racist. He's in. So yeah, I mean, so I don't. Lance Armstrong, he was just the best at. He was very good naturally, but you give him the roids, he's even better. So, um, I mean, I don't, I can't speak sizzle chest to the cycling stuff because I don't really watch cycling to be honest with you. But, um, and I think Lance Armstrong was hated. I don't think he was the nicest guy personally to other riders and other teams. So I'm sure when an opportunity arose to get him, he was got. Whether the funny thing is if he would have been a little cooler or whatever, he probably never gets caught. Um, Interesting. I did not know that. Aviation. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we can say that, Chet Fold. Now, I don't know a lot about that situation, but I mean, I'm sure Otani knew a little bit more. See, I think the guy was the gambler. I mean, that's a cush gig that dude had. You're an interpreter. No one really knows what the hell you're talking about with Otani. So, that I think that guy was the gambler. You're probably making a couple $100,000 a year. You're flying around the world on the Dodgers dime. I mean, I don't even think Otani was paying him. I think the Dodgers probably were paying him. The fuck? What's going on? Let me check a look at that ESPN. Toronto Riots 9 runs, 6th inning to beat LA. All right, cue the riots. Cue the riots. So, oh, absolutely, it was cheating, McSorley. But once again, we go back to the Lance Armstrong thing. Do you think McSorley was the only player on the Kings or the Canadians who were cheating with an illegally curved stick? I mean, it was see what I was told with the McSorley stick was that every player in the third period who was using an illegal stick would switch it out for a regular one. So they were cheating in the first and second periods, and then, like, say, now I'm just going to pick a name on the Canadians. I'm sure the Canadians had an illegal stick or two in that game. And why didn't they get caught? Because in the third period, when they check, they went back to the regulation stick. And McSorley didn't. And, there was some inside info there. Maybe, I mean, there's 100 scenarios. Maybe someone on the Kings said to the Canadians, hey, Marty's going to use this stick in the third. You guys should check it. I find that hard to believe, but it's possible. I mean, everyone can be bought. Maybe someone who didn't like McSorley on another team, say a stick boy or whatever or an equipment guy from the Anaheim Ducks. Oh, the Ducks weren't around in '93, were they? Say someone from the Winnipeg Jets that didn't like McSorley, an equipment guy. Hey, just I mean, these guys talk. There's a whole network of NHL employees, equipment guys, stick guys who talk to the other teams. They're all friends. Because when the Kings last night were in Dallas. So when the Kings fly into Dallas, the Dallas Stars equipment guys actually pick up the Kings equipment guys and take them to the airport, or take them from the airport to the arena so they can put all the gear in the locker room and all that stuff. So Jeff Bookaboom. I named a dog after Jeff Bookaboom. $1.99. Please tell me that you are pro Shuli. You mean the person or the religion? Remember when Craig Nels broke his bat? And wasn't that George Brett that broke his bat? Sissel chest? I mean, I like Shuley the person. We were on the roast to Ric Flair. I got no problem with Shuley the person. So, hey, hit the like and subscribe button. We're 40 minutes in, and that's the first time I've asked. I know we got some new people in here. I see some new names in the stream. Welcome aboard. This is the Earlverse stream. My name is Earl Skakel. I'm an unknown stand up comic and a marginally known voiceover actor. Thank you very much. Message hell for review. These are always the fun ones. Shuley sucks. Matt Stock. George Brett had hemorrhoids. Well, we don't have to talk about that. I'm on roids. Hemorrhoids. Hoo! Yes, like and subscribe. See, what does this trophy case mean that the great Jeff Hunter sent? I mean, what does that do for me? Does that do anything for me? Shirley knew about ESO. Earl's just a cool dude. Hit the like button. Oh, also hit the subscribe button. I'm a really cool dude. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's now by the super chat total, it says 500. Like I don't know if that's like I don't know what that does. I'm assuming it does something for the algorithm. If I got like tons of those trophy cake, I don't know what that means to be honest with you. The record Viva Terlinga has the great song up against. I don't know what that means, but welcome aboard. Okay, I mean, no, Jeff Hunter. I don't know what that means. A gift. I appreciate it, even though I don't know. I'm assuming that once you get a certain amount of points, you get. I get something out of it in terms of like super chats or something. Um, don't know. Yeah, so you get a cake. Well, there you go. So you can't tell me that these guys all talk, and all these owners are friends. But there's an outlier with NHL owners. Like most owners don't like Jerry Jones. So I'm sure if there's a chance to stick it to the Cowboys, maybe the Steelers, maybe the Rooneys talk to, I don't know, someone in Buffalo who used to work for Dallas and go, hey, you got any dirt on Jones? Let's get him. Or, like George Pickens, I'm sure he's not exactly well liked in the Pittsburgh locker room and ownership group. So maybe they knew, hey, George Pickens used to stick him. Let's let that leak out. So, um, did you pay for it, Jeff? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you do pay for those. I think you can just, I don't know, maybe it's just I don't know what it does, to be honest with you. Yeah, Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo looks good, man. I mean, to me, it looks like it's their year. Oh, okay, but I mean, I don't even know where Jeff would get 1,700 points. I mean, maybe if you super chat, you get points or something. I mean, I'm still kind of a rube. I'm a real rube um, in terms of the internet and YouTube streams. But, I appreciate 99 people being in here. I mean, thank you to PCL. Thank you to Tom Brennan and Perry Carabello for the bump. Thank you to Bob Levy last night for participating in the bump as well. Um, yeah, that's probably true. I see. Um, Interesting. Aruba. I'm a real Aruba. Um, oh, maybe. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. See. I think I was on Kim Congdon and Sarah Weinshank's Twitch once, where I played a soccer game, and you seem to get gifts a lot, but I think the gifts on Twitch they mean something. But Perry on the next pod. I don't really do guests. I mean, I would. I mean, I wouldn't be adverse to having Perry as a guest on Inappropriate Earl. I mean, it might not be the norm, but the numbers are definitely better. To be honest with you, um, it's like it's the same thing when now. If I could somehow find a way to get the Yonder Wizard and PCL bump at the same time, I could break the internet. But oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've gotten a few of these. I got a ghost. Tits will get you gifts. Yeah, here we go. Here we go again. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. The wizard, I guess. So answer your phone, Earl. Is your number still? What the? See, Matt, stop trying to make it funny. Well, don't waste them all on me. So yeah, I mean, Jenna, to answer your question, I mean, no, I'll still do streams on my own, but the PCL bump is real. Well, I don't know with Yonder Wizard, I would get like these huge amounts of people in here, but very few likes. Um, I'm not complaining. I think at one point, the last Yonder Wizard bump I got, there was like 1,600 people in here, but I only had like 23 likes or something. So, I'm not saying it wasn't real, but they don't seem to engage a lot, the Yonder Wizard crew, whereas the Perry crew seemed. Thank you, Dustin. I very much appreciate it. And thank you for pushing a like. Listen, uh, I am the most normal thing on YouTube. Now, to some people, that's not very entertaining. Like, I'm not talking shit. I'm not stream sniping Melton or Kevin Brennan. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. I did watch Kevin Brennan last night trying to get into John's show, and I was in tears, man. That shit was so funny to me, to be honest with you. But, I don't do stuff like that. And believe me, before the PCL bump, because the Yonder Wizard bumps are very sporadic and they're very late at night, I don't really stream. Oh, I know Carly, right? What about Bob Levy? He was on PCL last night, so I was just thanking him. Um, so I knew an ice cream man, the ice cream man from Montreal. It's weird how you can cultivate online relationships with people. He was a fan of mine from Roast Battle in Montreal when I did it, and we kept in touch through the years. And he passed away, unfortunately. He had a really bad cancer situation, and he was messaging me like the day he died, like, "Hey, I love you, man. I'll see you soon." And I didn't quite put it together what he was telling me, but that's why I try and be cool to everyone. What up, Ray, in the house? The ice cream man, the wildlife dude. Um, 80s hair bands. But rest in peace, Mark Free, aka Marcy Free. He or she was really my first introduction into the trans situation. But go check out the Iron Eagle video for Never Say Die off of the Iron Eagle soundtrack. Basically, Iron Eagle was Top Gun Light. With Comedy Store paid regular, Tim Thomerson. I still am the nephew. We can talk sports. We can talk saying right round and rounds a bop. We can talk sports in here, Dustin. We can talk Dabbleverse if someone from the Dabbleverse is in here. See, we might get 100 likes if we keep this thing popping, baby. Well, I mean, I would say King Cobra was a hair band if you look at their image. Rat, that's a tough one because their image changed. When they did that EP, they were pretty heavy. I mean, I'm not saying they were Slayer, but they were heavy. And then almost with each album, I think they became hair band-ish. I mean, Guns N' Roses, when they were Hollywood Rose, was pretty glam. Definitely not the Guns N' Roses you saw in the Welcome to the Jungle video. So, what movies you like? I like action movies, Rambo, Raw Deal, Predator, Lethal Weapon, Over the Top. Mid-'80s action movies are my jam. Interesting. I mean, I'm not really. You'd think I'd be rooting for the Dodgers. I mean, I don't know. I do think it's kind of unfair. They can just go out and buy all the best players. But, it's not illegal. So, someone told me the other day they were trying to get Mike Trout, before the trade deadline. So, I don't know. I think it's always better when you have, because how do you sell baseball in Milwaukee when they're not going to be able to compete payroll-wise with the Dodgers? It's almost like in preseason, the Brewer fans are checked out. And the Oakland A's are fucking, they've got literally 1,000 people watching their games. How do you like sell baseball in Oakland? Earl, I figured out what those gifts did. It gave Jeff Hunter #1 status in the chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's interesting. What up, Tex? Tex Max, Tex MC. Yeah, Rocky and Rambo. I mean, you got to. He really did. I mean, very few people make one character. Like Rob Schneider did Deuce Bigelow, but name me another character name of a Rob Schneider film. You can't. And that's not a knock on Rob. I mean, but so I mean, and really just the trouble that both franchises um, had in getting off the ground. I mean, and with Rocky, I mean, it's well known, so I won't go over everything. But like with Rocky, it was every studio passed on it. Like, no, nah, I don't think so. And then finally, one studio says, "Okay, we'll do it," but says to Stallone, "You can't be in it." And he was insistent. He's like, "No, I'm going to be in it. I'm Rocky. No one else is going to play Rocky." And they're like, "Well, we'll give you double what you want, but we want Robert Redford to play Rocky or whatever." And he finally just persevered and took 10 times less to be in it. And then Rambo, it was really the same story over again. It was like, dude, no one wants to watch a movie about a Vietnam vet losing his fucking mind. And then, nah, well, how about this person? We don't want Richard Crenna. We want Burt Lancaster. We don't really want you in it either, to be honest with you, because a couple of your films have bombed. Rhinestone, and you're doing every other film as a hit. Rocky's a hit. Lords of Flatbush, not so much. Rocky 2's a hit. Nighthawks, not so much. We don't want to. How about Al Pacino? And you'll get the money, but Al Pacino will be Rambo. Nah. So I love Stallone for his, really his persistence. And you know for a fact that when he pitched The Expendables, that probably most studios were like, no one gives a shit about Dolph Lundgren and Mickey Rourke in 2014. And then look at it. That was the hook of the movie was, hey, here are these aging action stars, and they're killing it. So I mean, he got 4 Expendable movies made. Killuminati, we don't do that kind of humor in here. So I do have a very strong and aggressive voice. I mean, Over the Top was so bad it's good. I mean, that's really hey, hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's stop fucking around. I mean, that was my joke. I said, if they make another Expendables, they're going to have to call it the Dependables. Oh, by the way, I'll be at the Comedy Store tomorrow night at 12 o'clock. Now, someone rented out the main room tonight. That's big money. Trust me on that one. So maybe all the comics who did the Riyadh Comedy Festival, they're just all banding together. A vote for nuclear energy. Yeah, okay. Do you only it up? I don't know what that means. Dr. Mantis. So I don't know how to answer your question. I don't know about that, Matt. I don't know about that. I think it was my joke. No, but they only Chick-fil-A. Hello. No, Perry will be at the Laugh Factory. Yeah, we don't do that kind of humor in here, Dr. Mantis. So I'm going to send you to Pat Dixon's stream. Yes, Tom Brennan. Kirk Douglas was supposed to play Colonel Troutman. He dropped out 2 days before filming, and Richard Crenna flew in. I believe Gene Hackman was also either going to play Will Teasel, the sheriff that Brian Dennehy played, or Troutman. I could see that. I mean, Hackman was a Marine, wasn't he? So that way, he would have had a pretty. I think he would have played it similar to Richard Crenna, and there was a lot of people cast in that. Let me get back to. I mean, Al Pacino was supposed to play Rambo. I can't really see that, to be honest with you. Let's get to the Rambo Wikipedia page. It really was. I read it last night, and it was very fascinating to see. Rambo. Oh, who almost was in Rambo. I mean, a total. Um, it would have been a very different um, franchise. So let's get to the first Rambo, First Blood, 1982. That's the same year of Vice Squad. So let's see who almost was in Rambo casting. Now, this would have been cool, and I could totally see it. Betty Davis was supposed to play a psychiatrist, and either Burt Lancaster or Lee Marvin as Sheriff Teasle. When the project was purchased by Warner Brothers, Robert De Niro and Clint Eastwood were considered for Rambo. Paul Newman was considered as Rambo. Steve McQueen was considered for Rambo, but considered too old to play a vet from 75. James Caan, Burt Reynolds, and Robert Redford were also considered for Rambo. Al Pacino was considered for Rambo. John Travolta was considered for Rambo. George C. Scott as Troutman. And Gene Hackman or Charles Durning as Teasle. I could have seen that. Frankenheimer, the great John Frankenheimer, considered Powers Booth, Michael Douglas, and Nick Nolte as Rambo before casting Brad Davis. Dustin Hoffman was offered the role of Rambo. Robert Duvall was offered the role of Sheriff Teasle, as was Gene Hackman, James Mason, and Richard Jackal. Kirk Douglas was hired, piggybacking on Tom Brennan's post. And also Rock Hudson was, I think, going to take over for Kirk Douglas, but they went with Richard Crenna instead. So, I mean, that, and, I know Tango and Cash had the same thing. I know Patrick Swayze was originally cast in the Kurt Russell part. And American Gigolo was basically, I think they did some parts of principal photography. Instead of Richard Gere, it was John Travolta, as well as Officer and a Gentleman. John Travolta was originally the first choice, and Richard Gere took that one. So I love stuff like that. I always thought it would be a fun idea for a book to go over how movies would have been different if, like who was almost cast as Han Solo, the black actor Glenn Thurman, who was the mayor in The Wire. I think Perry King, well-known 70s and early 80s actor, was almost cast as Han Solo. William Cott screen tested for Han Solo. So I thought, a movie, because very few finished movies, the cast in them were the first choices. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I know at one point for Jaws and the James Bond film series, he was in Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker, the guy, Jack O'Halloran, who was a guest on my podcast, he was considered for Jaws. But apparently he was offered Jaws, and this is according to him, and there was really no reason to lie about it. He was offered Jaws and Spy Who Loved Me, but he turned that down to do, I think, Superman or Superman 2. Now, Spy Who Loved Me was 77. I think Superman 2 was 80, so I don't know. But, he definitely was big enough to play Jaws, although Richard Kiel, I think, was taller, so it all worked out. Thank you for the tomatoes. I'm not sure. I'm sure Ralph Macchio wasn't the first choice for Karate Kid, but, and then you get to that part of Hollywood casting where these guys, and it was usually kids, were in one movie, and you thought they were pretty good. What happened to them? Speaking of Ralph Macchio, and I believe it was his first movie, Up the Academy, and it was about this wacky, it was a teenage romp comedy about this military academy, and there was this kid who played the Arab kid. What up, JJ? Tom Cetera. And he was so fucking funny in this movie. Great comedy timing. And it was his only film. He never did anything else. I thought he was as funny as Ralph Macchio. And the kid with the bowl cut in My Bodyguard, that guy was so funny. Only film. I think I tracked him down because I wanted him on my podcast. I think he ended up doing like selling insurance or something in Chicago, which is makes sense because that's where My Bodyguard was filmed. So, I don't know. Um, well, I told your mom to give me some of her medication. See what I did there, Grasshopper? You made it about me, I made it about your mom. So there you go. Yeah, the Japanese girl from Karate Kid 2. I mean, I don't think I saw her in anything until Cobra Kai, where she came back. Um, it's a tough business, man. I mean, look at me in Benchwarmers. Haven't been in a film since. Oh, it always comes back to me. Um, oh, is Doom in here? Doom doesn't come in here much. I mean, I'm trying to think. Well, look at the bad guy, Terry Silver. Although he certainly had a few films after Karate Kid 3, he took like 20 years off. And then, Cobra Kai gets him back in the game. Um, and someone told me his very first foray into the business was an extra in my favorite Miami Vice scene in a pool party scene. Episode, it was called Phil the Shill with Phil Collins. Um, See, I see what you did. We don't do the gay humor in here. I'm going to send you to Mersh. I don't. I think Hollywood would be too much. A Thompson. I mean, I think Karmic is. He seems to be losing it. I saw some stream. I think it was yesterday. Melton was sniping it, where he's crying and like, dude, like, I don't think Comic would do well in Hollywood. Oh, you that Earl Skakel? Fuck yeah. Um, Doom was in the Mersh chat, and he doesn't come in and say hello in my chat. That son of a bitch. Thank you, nice voice. EA Sports. It's in the game. We got to get me some new voiceover work. I am inappropriate at all. Now I don't do the podcast much anymore, just frankly because there's no money in it for me. Like and now there's more money in streaming and building my YouTube channel, which I prefer. And I don't make a ton of money on YouTube, but it's enough to get me to keep going. A couple $100 a month. The only thing I ever got out of Inappropriate Earl was a pair of Ryan Malone hockey gloves, custom made for his time in the New York Rangers system from ProStockHockey.com. Yeah, we don't do the steel toe stuff in here. Didn't he get out today or something? I don't know. I mean, that'll be the talk of the internet the next week. Does he get out tomorrow or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I could sell. I mean, that could be a good way to make money. The Earl Skakel ringtone. Well, Calrissian, did he survive? RFK is my uncle. RFK Jr. is my cousin. You got a little more than that, Earl. I won't say what. I mean, no, I'd make a couple $100 on YouTube. It's not. But just to show you that I'm happy. Let's see. To show you the growth of the channel that makes me happy. Baby steps for Daddy Earl. That's a fact, Jack. I'm honest. All too easy. I mean, look at the growth of my channel now. 72,000 views. That's 21,000 more than usual. That's a lot for me. Watch time hours. Thank you very much. Subscribers, 149 more than usual. And the money, honey, $294. So, and the channel is up 56% more views. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, do I wish there was zeros added on to some of those numbers? Yeah, but, what am I going to do? Well, but if you don't stream, subscribers don't mean that much. Although I do think it's weird when I see someone's been on YouTube for like 12 years and they have no subscribers. And their argument always was, well, I don't stream. But like, I was on YouTube for years and I didn't stream. And I had like a couple hundred subscribers just because people see you watching their videos, they subscribe to your channel, you subscribe to theirs, you know. Yeah, 100%. This screen is dirty. I finally bought some stuff you can. I'm always scared to like clean my screen with like Lysol or something. So, you know, I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. So let's before we go, let's see who's live right now. Let's refresh. We got members only. Melton in the house. Doom. Doom. Just posted a clip. Go check that out. Why does this video always show up on my stream? Interesting. Very interesting. Someone's playing a joke on me. Let me see. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. We've got a lot of positivity. We've got Fox Sports is live right now, and they're televising a dog race or something. Isn't that weird? I have not seen that video in a long time, and all of a sudden there it is. So someone's playing a joke on me. I think I'm being monitored. Dirty Dalish is streaming right now. I didn't even know she streamed, to be honest with you. But you know, I'm out of that world really. We've got Hack Ride Studio streaming. I'm assuming that's a Dabbleverse thing. We've got live Friday night at Chicago O'Hare Airport. 336 people watching. People watching airplanes take off over my stream. That would be a funny troll. And I could think of the girl to do it on. You know, I mean, I don't want to get too inside baseball here, but Jeff Hunter, $4.99. Keep growing. Wish the best for the channel. Well, you know what that means, Jeff. And because you've already given, this is your second super chat, you get 2 ray guns, baby. This one personally given to me by Steve Stevens of Billy Idol. Well, I don't think Caitlin has a bigger dick than me, but so speak for yourself, baby doll. But yeah, I mean that was my favorite joke at the roast of Alec Baldwin when Caitlyn Jenner looked at Blake Griffin, who was at the time dating his daughter, and goes, "Just remember when you come over for dinner, you'll be the second best athlete in the house." I mean that fucking hurt Blake Griffin. You could tell it was like, oh fuck, he's kind of right. I mean, Bruce Jenner was such a great athlete that he was beating black dudes in track. So, Kip Smith gifting another membership. Jeff Hunter. I'm glad Jeff got that membership. Oh, we don't do the Jesus talk in here. We don't do that in here. So you're going to have to definitely go to another stream. I'm sorry, man. You know, if you're going to do the Jesus talk, you got to super chat that shit, Holmes. But Dodgers losing 11-4. Yikes. Can we do Buddha? Only for $5 and up. You can talk about Buddha in my stream. I got to start making money on this stream. I mean, with the channel growing, I got to make the money, honey. So we can talk about Buddha for $5. You know, I let you guys talk about the Dabbleverse for free. That's pretty dope. I don't know who Todd Beaupre is, so I'm not going to call him, but you're just here for money, man. Want to actually make some good content. Well, that hurts, Bam. That hurts my feelings. I'm not just here for the money. I'm here for the laughs. I'm here to entertain you guys. But, that hurts my feelings, Bam. You think And you're just here to spread lies about Jesus. God loves everyone, right? Well, tell that to the guy who jumped off Tower 2 on 9/11. What was Jesus on his lunch break then? Yeah, I tell you, Bible beaters are the worst. And you want to talk about grifting for money? The Catholic Church, which I was a part of for a very long time, that's all they fucking do is beg for super chats. I was an altar boy for 7 years, an usher at Good Shepherd Catholic Church on Roxbury in Santa Monica, so you know I'm not lying. And they must have made thousands of dollars grifting patrons, telling them their bullshit stories about the Bible, which is just a bunch of made up stories. Give me money. It's going towards God's children. And there wasn't a single fucking report on where that money goes. And you're accusing me of grifting for money? Shit. I'm going to go watch a Motley Crue video with the pentagram in it right now. Jesus loves you. Always remember that. Well, tell that to the guy who jumped off a tower too. What happened to that guy's love? Tell that to my father, who built 3 churches single-handedly with his donations when he was shitting in his pants for the last year of his life. Where was God then? On lunch for a whole year? You won't find a man outside of James Curtis Skakel who gave more money to the Catholic Church, and it got him nothing. Except a priest literally coming in about, I'm not kidding, 3 hours before my father died, holding his hand, asking for fucking money. And you've got the nerve to come into my stream and say, I'm only here for the money. There's not a single streamer on YouTube right now who talks to his fans for free more than I do. So there you go. My dad gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to the church. 3 churches single-handedly built on his donations. And what thanks did he get? More grifting 2 hours before he died. Hey, Jim, what are you going to do with your will? Are we in it? Literally, I'm in the room as the priest is asking that. Instead of saying, hey, Jim, is there anything I can do to make you feel more comfortable? No, it was, can I get your money before you die? And you're telling me I grift? Shit. Hit the subscribe button, bam. Well, I mean, SC, you've been around from day one almost. Do I grift for money on here? Fuck no. Yeah, I'm being a dick. But you're still in the stream, so there you go. Interesting. Oh, aviation, you are Notre Dame High alumni. Well, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, Joel Osteen, I mean, there's so many grifters. I mean, where'd all that money from the Jerry Lewis telethon go? I mean, Jerry Lewis raised hundreds of millions of dollars. We didn't know where that money went. That's the problem, The church grifts people more than anyone more than Kevin Brennan. We don't know where that money goes. I mean, I was an usher at the 5:30 Mass at Good Shepherd Catholic Church, Roxbury in Santa Monica, so you guys can look it up and know I'm not lying. And they did 2 collections for the 5:30 Mass. And I would easily say the 5:30 Mass, if it was a regular crowd, easily 20 grand in that Mass. I don't know where any of that money I donated went, or my dad. Notre Dame High, same thing. One of the more expensive Catholic high schools in LA at the time I went to it. And the priest shows up in a Cadillac, a priest driving a Cadillac. I wonder if my parents helped buy that car. Sorry, Bam, I came in hot, but you can ask anyone in here. I've done a 75-minute stream for $12. I hardly think that's grifting for money. If I was on this stream just to get money from my fans, I would have quit about 5 minutes into it. So, well, you said I'm only doing this stream for money, which is grifting in the YouTube world. So, I'm hardly doing that, Bam. And if you take out what YouTube gets, I mean, it's really, no one in the stand-up comedy world, I won't say the Dabbleverse because I'm not really in the Dabbleverse, but no one in the stand-up comedy and Dabbleverse world talks to the stream like I do. Oh shit, Bert Perkins is in the house. Um, so here we go. Pert Perkins. We're just about to end the stream, so I hope that you are doing well, Mr. Pert Perkins. And Bam, you and I got off on the wrong foot, but because of how my dad was treated by the Catholic Church, I'm not a fan. I mean, literally, that's a true story. 2 hours before my dad died in the hospital bed, the priest is actually asking my dad for money. And my dad was basically comatose. So, well, I've got to, Bam, I am a bartender of sorts. William Zoom, who is a moderator in here, you probably don't know. He said, Earl, your streams are like you're a bartender and we're the patrons. I mean, every now and then I've got to. I don't make my living doing this stream. Let me put it that way. Tomorrow night I'm going to be paid very handsomely by the Comedy Store. This week I have a voiceover gig, or next week I have a voiceover gig. But you do like to be paid for your time. We are at 77 minutes here. So, although I love doing these streams. If I didn't love doing these streams, if I base it on financially getting paid, I would have quit streaming a year ago. But every now and then I've got to maybe like nudge you guys to be like, hey, I've been talking for an hour, So, first name, we don't do all caps in here. Only the chicken. Yes. Any money I make in this stream, for the record, Bam, goes towards me buying a pinball machine. I answer more free questions. Well, Jeff, I mean, you've obviously been the sole provider tonight, and I appreciate that. I'm just fucking around when I say, "Show me the money, honey," but every now and then it's nice to get a few bucks for your time. Yeah, man, I get that you seem like a chill guy, especially since you're a reasonable guy. I get that also. No, I'm just kidding about the pimp. Pert Perkins always sends me money, and he wants me to buy a Kiss pinball machine. And most of the shit I say on here, Bam, I'm just fucking kidding around. But in terms of what the Catholic Church did to my father, it's shameless. And that turned me off on going to church ever again. To be honest with you, I mean, I'll never forget. We're sitting in the hospital. My dad was, we knew he was going to die within a day or two. And so we would take turns. I have two brothers and two sisters, so 5 of us. So I'd go in there for a few hours and then I'd go home, and it was in Miami. And I just happened to be in there. Me and my dad, just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting. 1998, I think I was watching the Kings and the St. Louis Blues in my dad's hospital room. And this priest comes in and was literally asking my dad for money. Like, what? I mean, my dad literally built in Los Angeles, you can look these churches up, Good Shepherd Catholic Church on Roxbury and Santa Monica, a very small church on the UCLA campus where him and Terry Donahue essentially built this church. St. Paul's Church, which I believe is in Brentwood. I might be off on that, but it's in that area. And then in Miami, 2 churches. And I'm not saying if you buy or build Catholic churches, you should be given a lifetime immunity pass and never get sick, but to see the church move in on him like literally a fucking vulture was so repulsive to me. I've never been back to a church since, and I probably will never go back. Lick it up. Don't want to wait till you know me better. Let's just be glad for the time together. Life's such a dream, and the time you taste it. It ain't a crime to be good to yourself. Lick it up. Lick it up. Oh, it's only right now. Lick it up. Lick it up. Oh, come on, come on. Um, you can ask a band. It's a fan-friendly stream. I used to listen to that song with my mom. What the fuck? You've been out of town, dude. You must have a special relationship with your mama. We'll go a few more. We'll go to the 90-minute mark, guys. We'll go 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to go to the gym. Read it in your head before reading it out loud. I mean, I don't really feel any way in particular to them, to be honest. I like all people, black, white, Jews, Catholics, Japanese. I think nicely about everyone until they give me a reason to not think about nicely of everyone. Um, I thought Kevin Brennan last night was so funny. Now I'll admit I check in and out of MLC. There's some days I like it, some days I don't. I don't vibe with Clearwater Chad. I don't think Clearwater Chad realizes he's the joke. you know, he just stares into the camera and agrees with anything Kevin says. But last night, Kevin Brennan trying to get into Stuttering John's show. I kid you not, I was in tears. Just like that. I don't even know what was so funny about it to me. It was just funny. Um, yeah, that was the noisemaker thing. That sound just makes me laugh. Just the fact that Kevin Brennan's a very established comic would devote his evening to go troll some guy who everyone makes fun of on the internet, and even if he gets a laugh, he was just going to do the noise thing. Um, I mean, that was funny, man. And then Kevin Brennan asking the cop if he's ice. Kevin's ballsy, man. I wouldn't say that shit to a cop. But that's why he has 1,000 people on his stream, and I've got 68, 70 now. I'm getting the Brennan bump. So, Jarson. Feng Chao at the mothership. Yeah, he's like a favorite of the mothership. Interesting. I mean, that's a guy who Austin helped. Feng Chao wasn't really doing anything in LA. He wasn't really getting spots at the Comedy Store. And then boom, he goes to Austin. I think Austin is good for comics like Feng Chao. They're kind of wacky. They're kind of out there. I don't know if the industry knows what to do with a guy like Feng Chao. So he goes to Austin, which is more of a comic town. Like Holtzman is a comics comic. Comics love Holtzman. So, I think the industry probably looks at some of the wackier comics out there and goes, we can't put this on TV. He can't say that on TV. We've got sponsors. But in Austin, it's free reign. I mean, when I did my show at the Mothership, well, it was Holtzman's show, but when I did my set at the Mothership, I talked about the first time I ever heard the N-word. And it's a joke that's really funny, but to really be funny, I've got to say the word, and I just can't. And at the Mothership, the crowd was saying, say it, say it. And I almost did, but Rogan was in the green room watching, so I was like, fuck that, man. So, Kevin Hart is the funniest comedian of all time. I'm going to have to put you in timeout for that, Cornelius. Cornelius, I love you. You seem cool, but I'm going to have to put you in timeout for 10 seconds for that. Just 10 seconds. You can't be coming in here saying that stuff. No, but I mean, it was just crazy how we don't do that number stuff in here. we don't do that in here. So did I just? Am I behind on the chat? Oh, I am behind. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go. The N word that WC Booker. Yeah, but the ER. Bert Perkins in the house. Government shutdown is harshening my vibe. I'm thankful for your unfiltered takes. That's a fact, Jack. And that I'm such a good mood right now. That gets a little bit of the Bowling for Soup song, My Weena. Her name is Weena. Hey, have you seen her? Everyone says she's amazing. And she needs so much attention. In a blink of an eye. Do do do. My Weena is lonely tonight. She cries when I turn out the lights. My Weena. Thank you, Bert Perkins. I'm assuming your wife is sleeping right now. Um, thank you, Jeff, as well. You guys obviously don't have to donate any money, but I do appreciate it. Um, and welcome to the new people in the stream. Bam, welcome aboard. I know we got off to a wrong start. And because I do keep it so real, I think when someone like Bam comes in there, this guy seems like a dick, probably. Like, no, this is just my personality. I mean, you haven't even heard me talk about Jeff Ross and Roast Battle, Bam. Wait till you get to those streams. So, but welcome aboard. It's always fun to have new people in the stream. And, there's finally light at the end of the tunnel for me on YouTube. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I was getting close to quitting the stream. I wasn't. But it is nice to see the channel growing. It's a small channel still, to be honest, but yeah. I thought you were gonna do "Mama, We're All Crazy." I don't want to treat my whiskey like you do. I don't need to spend my money, but still do. Another try now. Come on. I feel like the guy in the "Mama, We're All Crazy" video. The guy who's going like this in the front row. That's me in LA comedy. But thank you. I know you've got kids and a wife, and everything is expensive these days. So with the government shutdown, I do appreciate your guys' generosity. Earl, you are spoken. Or wait, hold on. Earl, you are spoken about in a positive way in most streams. The four I watch. Yeah, I mean, I don't think too many streams talk about me negatively. I mean, someone told me that the Legion of Skanks guys were going in on me, which is really weird because I don't know those guys really. Like, I barely know Lewis. I don't know Jay. I mean, maybe. I think Jay judged the roast battle I did once. And outside of that, I've never really spoken to him. And I've never met Smith ever. So, but those guys tend to bully people like a 3, 4, because Amico's in there as well. I know Zach a little bit. But those guys like taking on someone 4-on-1. I don't do that shit. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't listen to them, so I've always cool with Lewis when I see him. We give each other a hug, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what was said. Someone just came in here, and maybe someone was trying to stir the pot. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Jay. I don't know Dave at all. I've never met him. Me and Lewis, we've always been cordial with each other, and Zach was on my podcast, so it didn't make sense. But it could be someone in here trolling and trying to get me going. So, well, I mean, I don't like shows. That's why I understand why Kill Tony is successful, but when these young open micers are up there, and now they sign up for the fucking show, so they know the deal. I mean, they know what they're getting themselves into. But you got Tony ripping you, you got 2 or 3 celebrity panelists ripping you, you've got Red Band playing the sound effects ripping you, you've got the band doing rim shots when you bomb that's kind of mocking you, it's a little much for one person to fend off all that. So, I don't like shit like that. But, thanks, dude. I can't tell you how much I enjoy your podcast. I listened to a ton of episodes while I was in college. You're the man. Well, thank you. I mean, I haven't put the podcast to bed yet. Like, I've become friends with Judd Nelson, the actor. I want to get him in on an episode of Inappropriate Earl, but I want to do it in a studio where there's cameras and whatnot. And, I'm not um, technologically capable of doing that in my living room at the moment. I mean, this is as tech savvy as I am. My iMac right here and the phone right here. So, yeah, I mean, people have recommended me for Story Wars, but I don't know if I don't know why I haven't been on that or Rogan or some of the other streams like Theo or Santino's. I mean, it certainly would help me, but those guys know I want to do it, so like I'm not gonna beg. At this point, it's not my ego. It's just like you guys know I'm funny and would deliver more than 80% of the people you book. If that's not good enough, then that ain't good enough. Uh, yeah, I love my episode with Bischoff. I mean, that was one I wish I had on video. But I love doing this. I'm in control of it. I ban very few people. Um, you know what? I'll do another 10 minutes. We'll go to the 100-minute mark, and then I gotta go. Anyone watch In and Out? I'm gonna grab a double. Oh, anyone want In and Out? Big Earl for president. I got probably too many skeletons. I can imagine a certain person from Alabama would be on every news channel in America. Well, he said this when we were dating. Well, he didn't mind it when I was covering the bill for dinner. Um, Sorry, sometimes you just don't let go of a certain person. Um, I live what part of Alabama? Well, you probably don't want to dox yourself, but she was from Decatur, Alabama, just outside of Huntsville. Um, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the Roast Battle podcast. Oh, okay. Um, we're just, my stream bam is about everything and nothing at the same time. You might hit a night where I'm talking about an ex-girlfriend. You probably have no idea who she is. You might hit another night when I'm talking about AEW wrestling. I like Decatur. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods there that was the wildest thing I've ever seen, where you could buy a AK-47 assault rifle and a pair of Jordans. I mean, we don't have a store like that out here. I mean, we've got Dick's Sporting Goods, but to my knowledge, you can't really buy a bazooka. At the same time, you're buying a pair of Jordans. Yeah, I mean, this stream is really... there's really no bells and whistles, although the other night I did like how I could share a video. I did not know how to do that. I wonder if I could do that on here. What's this button? Start a poll. I don't want to do that. What's that? I don't want any gifts. What's this button do? Chat filter. No, I don't do chat filters. So, Mass Pro Shop, it was interesting. Real shit, man. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, plug your shit, Bam. Plug your channel. Huntsville is cool. It's the smartest city in America, I guess, because that's where all the scientists live from NASA. I enjoyed Alabama. I mean, I would never live there. I mean, Shuley lives there. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously for what I want to do, comedy and voiceovers, you can't live in Huntsville or Decatur, but I enjoyed Decatur. They took me to, the first time I met her parents, we went to some meat place where they give you all this different kind of meat and they scrape it off the round thing, and it was like really good. 100%. See, that's what I like about this stream. Me and Bam came in hot on each other. Now I might make him a mod down the road. I went to Cracker Barrel. It was all right. I mean, I don't know. It was a little bland, but not that I expect biscuits and gravy to be like earth shattering, but Snuffles. I see. I don't know what that does, man. What does that do for me, though? Nothing. Is it just a fun thing? Uh, Interesting, JJ. I'll have to take a look at that. I grew up in North Jersey. Bama's nice because it's cheap as hell. Yeah, I mean, my ex's parents lived, like I said, in Decatur, but next door to their home, and they have a nice home, but next door to their home was like this brick mansion with just a gigantic plot of land. There was no fences, so I can't say exactly how big it was. $500,000. And dude, I almost bought it. But then I'm like, fuck, then I gotta live here. I mean, it was just this beautiful brick mansion, giant garage, like just manicured lawn that you could have 1,000 dogs on. Of course, you'd have to have a fence around it. But um, wait, Dirty Dalish went naked on her stream. Well, I'll go check that out. I mean, I don't like to snipe people, but um, hold on, I'm gonna turn it down just in case. Yeah, I'm not getting busted for nudity. That I tell you that much. She seems to be, I think, playing a video game. 24 hours. Oh, so she's gaming right now. Okay, well, I get that. Um, I don't hate on that. I think I've spoken to her before. I'm not sure though. But so go to the Dirty Dalish stream afterwards. I guess they call it the raid. But I mean, I'm telling you, this house was awesome. So before I leave, I want to show you my latest YouTube short. If you guys can watch it again on YouTube, I would appreciate it. Now, usually the numbers go down when let me set this up. I was performing one night at the Comedy Store, and there was this rich guy in the front row just tossing me hundreds. Like, this guy just keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's the context of the video. Let me turn the volume all the way up. You might not get some of the things because I'm not necessarily doing jokes, but if you can watch this video on your own afterwards, hold on. Let's set it up. Let's get it going. All right, here we go. So that's me. All right, here we go. Skakel in the house.
Don't roll the vibe, bro. It's a bright one. Daddy, you can film my whole set if you want. Not that I don't trust you. It checks out. Fuck yeah, brother. Two white guys calling each other homie. Get the fuck out of here. If you want to see what's beneath these leathers, baby doll, you gotta donate to the cause. Sorry to put the pressure on you, because I know you don't want to see it, and I wouldn't, you're fucking good looking guy. I'll donate. You gotta donate a lot, bro. Let me do at least one joke, and then we'll get back to it. What is this, a fucking Jerry Lewis television? Yeah, I do have a retired cousin. He thinks wrestling is real. As I told him it was. I took him to WrestleMania.
This is insane.
I'm just saying, this year WrestleMania was in Los Angeles, so I could drive him there. And next year it's in Philadelphia, so it's an expensive trip. He has special needs.
All right, so you got it. You get the deal. The daddy delivers the goods. Now, see, I watch the roast of Kevin Brennan from time to time. I want to open up a gay bar called the Cockatoo. Hoo, hoo. Trudeau has special needs. Yeah, no, I do have a special needs cousin. WrestleMania would have been an expensive endeavor. So, see, this is a fun Friday night stream. Thank you once again to Tom Brennan, Barry Caravello for the PCL bump. Some of the fans over there, aren't exactly fans of mine, but they come in here anyway. And I appreciate it. It's tough to get an audience. What is your gay bar going to be called? The Cockatoo. And what I want to do is have a back room for straight people. And you have to know the secret knock. And it's called the Gash Station. So if you guys can watch that short, you guys have done enough for me already tonight. Thank you for all the donations, Mr. Hunter, Mr. Perkins. But if you guys can watch, a lot of people ask me, Earl Skakel, you're pretty funny. How can we help you if we are financially unable to? It's government shutdown. It's not the best of times for people financially. You probably have done too much, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of things you can do to help a small streamer like myself. You can hit the like button, totally free of charge. YouTube will notice if this stream had 100 likes, 80 likes, whatever. You can hit the subscribe button. That helps get you in to the algorithm. The Giants in Denver, I guess. You can just watch the videos, like that one short I just put out, the one I just showed you guys. It didn't do that great. That would help. Like my shorts are all over the place. Like, let's see. So if I could get a little bit of consistency on the shorts, that would help. Like that video I just showed you, 35 views. The video from yesterday, 7,000 views. The video before that, 123 views. Video before that, 16,000 views. Video before that, 735 views. Video before that, 3,000 views. So you could see that it is, if I could get a little more consistency with that, that would help the channel grow as well. Anything that is growing and climbing, excuse me, gets you into the algorithm. And that's really the key, because once you're in the algorithm, the numbers just do better. Like now I wouldn't say I'm in the algorithm, but I'm on the edge of it. And, I'm getting an average between 10 and 20 new subscribers a stream. Whereas before I'm getting maybe 1 to 5. So that helps, everything helps. It is a roller coaster. And then let's go to the second set of streams. 918 views to 210 views to 150 to 238 to 947 to 887. So up and down and up and down, up and down. So if I could find that sweet spot of say 3 to 4 thousand views on the shorts, and then the lives have been great. Um, 739, 588, 827, 551, 1.6 thousand, 471, 755. So if I could get like maybe 1,000 views on the lives, that would help. And then you get just everything grows. And but like I said, at this time last year, I had maybe 2,000 subscribers. I think less, probably about 1,800, and now I have almost 4.3. So to have almost double the growth of your channel in a year, I'm happy with. All right, enough of the numbers talk. What am I, Kevin Brennan? Um, 7,000 views would have me feeling like this. Well, I mean, it was a very quick video, and it's funny. These views just yes, I am not Joe DeRosa. Sorry about that. Um, Sometimes these shorts come to me and just I was stopped at a light on La Brea in Santa Monica going to yoga. And all of a sudden, I look to my right and I see Melrose Larry Green from the Howard Stern Show yelling at cars, "Baba Booey, Baba Booey." So I rolled down my window because I know Melrose. I'm like, "Melrose, it's Earl." And that got me 7,000 views. And it's literally a 10-second clip of him yelling "Baba Booey" or something. So, um, that's, you know, versus a comedy short that I worked hard on and the joke is well written and it's doing well, it's getting laughs, gets 40 views. Um, so it's just weird. I thought about going to yoga, but I get gassy. Well, if you lay out a greaser on the DL, it's not so bad. If you on the DL Hughley, hello, see what I did there? The DL Hughley. He's still working it. So, all right, guys, Earl Skakel in the house. We'll go another 2.5 minutes. We'll go to the 110-minute mark. A shade under 2 hours. I love doing yoga. Damn, Earl needs a head from me. Excuse me? What, Cece? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you mean by that, but I have a feeling we don't do that kind of talking here. I don't know what that means, but I just assume everything in here that I don't know what it means is perverted in some capacity. Yeah, we don't do the Ashley Cummings talking here. Boy, her 15 minutes were up pretty fast in the Dabbleverse. No homo, all good, all good. Yeah, I don't, that's the thing about the Dabbleverse. You get the 15 minutes of fame, people, and when it's up, they just move on, man. So, and I'm sure for the next week, the big topic of discussion will be Steel Toe getting out of jail. Did he get out tomorrow or something? So, all right, Cheese, you got to come up with something a little better than that. We'll go 1 more minute, guys. So get your last minute trolls in. We'll stream at some point tomorrow. Who knows when? That's what I've told. Someone just told me that Joey was in bad form. I'll reach out to him. He always gets back to me. I love Uncle Joey. And when are you seeing the Kings next? I don't know. I mean, they're on the road for the next couple games, 3 games, I think. They've won the first 2 games of the road trip in overtime. So this stream is AI. Wouldn't that be great if I could figure out that? I mean, Joey is, probably some of his lifestyle choices are catching up with him. And, I hope he gets better. I mean, I've got love for Joey. He's always been good to me. And, but you can't treat your body like he has for as long as he has. And, it's like Ace Frehley dying at 74. At some point, it's going to catch up to you. and that's not me preaching about health and shit. Imagine you move to LA, go to yoga, meet chicks, and it's called Cake Boys. Uh, yeah, I can't imagine that. Hey, let's go another 10 minutes. I always have a thing. I like to hit the 2 hour mark when I can. So we'll go another 10 minutes, and then I really do have to go. Someone is texting me right now. It is Friday night. Let's see what's going on. Oof. We don't getting some information on the LA comedy world, so there you go. I mean, I have many streams of consciousness in the gossip world, so I must interesting. Getting a lot of messages right now. It is not a lucky lady. No, we're gonna go another 8 minutes to the 2 hour mark because you guys have been good to me. So I'm trying to give back to you guys. Getting a message from Gail. He says he works out, but I think he smokes cigs and joints, and he's an addict. I don't know if he said. Well, I mean, I know he smokes a lot of weed and stuff, but I don't know if he works out. But I don't know. I mean, he was pretty heavy in The Longest Yard, to be honest with you. But that was a while ago. Um, so, I mean, I hope I root for him. I'm sure Joe can get him on some supplements or whatever that could help alleviate his problems. But the problem with working out is you got to want to do it. Like you just can't you're gonna want it. Like I'm gonna go work out right now at the gym. Do I necessarily want to do it? No, but I realize the benefits of it. And Joey claims he does jujitsu. Oh, thank you, Solly. Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, I love Sandler, but I mean the Burt Reynolds long short set the standard. I mean it's pretty nasty at goals. Fuck yeah, Buddhist priest in the house. One of my tech doctors, if you will, along with Hi-Fi protege Kip Smith, who did some of the early thumbnails. I mean, I would say if I was Joey's medical advisor, like not knowing what he does or doesn't do in terms of drinking and weed and all that stuff, just drink a lot more water than he drinks. His diet probably could use some improvement, even though I don't know what it is. And just like 20 minutes a day, buy an elliptical, probably a treadmill would be easier for him. Because an elliptical, like I do the elliptical for an hour and 5 minutes, you got to be in pretty good shape just to stand for an hour and 5 minutes. But 20 minutes on the elliptical and maybe some supplements, and I mean, he can afford it. So that would be my. I used to be a certified fitness trainer, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. Oh, does he drink tons of water? Okay, I mean that's a start. And fruit, apples, bananas. I mean, there's virtually no calories in that shit. For some reason, I just see him eating a lot of pasta, and it's just like carbs are the killer when you're in someone like Joey's condition, in terms of weight, because I'm going to assume he doesn't do a lot of cardio. I don't know. Maybe he does. I really don't know. But if you eat a lot of carbs, you got to work out. Like I probably eat a lot of carbs. They're healthy carbs, but I still, carbs are carbs to your body, healthy or not. But like the other day, I did a full hour and 5 minutes on the elliptical. Went to go play hockey. Now, hockey, it's starting. So you're not burning a tremendous amount of calories, but it's still start and stopping and it's exercise. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to assume he's eaten a lot of buttery foods over the years. So his arteries are probably pretty clogged. Um, Interesting. Yeah, I mean, soda is not that bad for you actually because it's sugar, and you could burn off sugar just going up a flight of stairs a couple times a day. No, we don't do gay jokes in here. This is not the Pat Dixon stream. So Earl Skakel in the house. Well, I mean, it's definitely a better lifestyle choice for you. You don't have to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and work out for 7 hours a day. I work out for an hour. My weight workouts are probably under an hour, but I'm hitting it fucking hard. I'm doing 130-pound uh, dumbbell bench presses, as many times as I can. And you know what the hardest part of that is? Just lifting the fucking things up to get on your legs and not falling over, with breaking your back. So yeah, I mean, I take one day off usually. I mean, working out is not that difficult in terms of how to do it. It's almost like building your stream on YouTube. You do a combo of videos, shorts, lives, and your channel will grow. But you have to do it basically every day. And it's the same thing with working out. It's drinking water, limiting alcohol and drugs, and eating correctly. Now, I eat late at night, but I'm also up till 4 in the morning, so I can get away with it a little bit. My metabolism is basically the opposite of what probably most people's are. So most people I would say should stop eating. Probably say after 8 p.m. I wouldn't eat, but as a stand-up comic that doesn't go to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning, sometimes I can eat at 10. I can eat at midnight. So cane corsos are great. It's the owners that can be what. I sleep probably 8 hours a day, but it's not consecutive. So I'll go to bed at 5. Let's say 4 in the morning. I'll get up at 10. I'll do what I got to do in terms of comedy business, for a couple hours, and I might take an hour nap. I'll go work out, take an hour nap, go perform comedy. So it's 8 hours, but it's not consecutive. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. Yeah, I mean, but ACDC, you probably have a regular, like a semi-regular internal clock. I don't. Like right now it's 9:51. I'm going to the gym. I'll probably be back at 11:30 midnight and want something to eat. You know, Al Frankie. If you're going to insult me, you got to spell the name correctly. That's Al Franken. All good, all good. So 1 more minute, guys. I'm putting the arrow on the end stream. Well, bartenders, that's why bartenders gain weight because they're constantly tasting the drinks that they made, or chefs. You look at Gordon Ramsay; he's a little pudgy, and he works out, but he's consuming calories constantly. Hey, let me taste the rigatoni. Hey, let me taste the steak. It takes a bite of a steak. Let me taste that. Let me taste this. Let me taste that. So I'm up from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. Yeah, I mean, so Jeff, like that's a good. Well, my internal clock is I'm not really energetic at 3 p.m. I'm more energetic right now. So I love you all. I love cane corsos. They get a bad rap because in that that one incident in San Francisco where the unruly dogs were kept by unruly people, and they got out of their apartment, and I think they killed a lady. And so it's like pit bulls. Pit bulls are great dogs. One of the sweetest dogs I've ever fostered was a pit bull who was abused and all that shit. But when I showed her love, like I couldn't keep her because she was an active. Annie the German Shepherd was dying basically, so me and my ex could manage her size in this condo, but I can't have a highly active dog in my unit at the moment. I love you all. Oh, what do you disagree with, ACDC? What do you disagree with before I go? Before we go, we don't do the edit stuff in here, bro. I mean, um, and I want people to disagree with me before ACDC types what they type. He types. I mean, I can just give you my experience with pit bulls. This pit bull I fostered was an amazingly sweet dog. And when I went to visit it I fostered it till his home with kids, small kids, not bought it, but rescued it permanently. It recognized me. So, you know, I just think any dog is a product of their environment. I see we have a troll coming in late night, but what this troll doesn't know is I don't read stuff like that unless you pay for it, baby. So thank you, ACD. ACDC is on top of it. Kip Smith is on top of it. All my mods are on top of it. I mean, that probably was the most unfunny troll I've ever seen in my life. But so, CC Earl, what are your favorite 1990s? I'm an LA King fan, baby. So I like the Kings from the late '70s to right now. A lot of ups and downs being a King fan, that's for sure. The fan base I feel really sorry for is the Buffalo Sabres. Holy fuck, are they horrible? And they've got good players. So, well, we got some more trolls coming in. Well, it's Friday night. I'm sure the trolls, they're definitely not getting pussy, so they're going to come into someone's stream and act all tough. But you know what? You trolls ain't shit. You got no balls. You would never say anything to my face. You, your balls would shrivel up to the size of chickpeas. So, I love you all. ACDC, let's talk about pit bulls tomorrow. And Earl Skakel, over and out. I love you all.